attending the conference from 39 different countries. And 357 papers presented over a period of 6 days. Can you imagine that? Look at the scale. I thought that was great. But then many of the participants in that conference told me, just July 9th to 13th, there was another conference in Budapest, 900 people, 400 plus papers presented. What are we talking? And when I went, I thought this is okay. But when I went there, I found that they are not just coming to get the certificate. There is no certificate. There is no certificate. You have to present your paper, you will get credits for your paper. That's it. No certificate, no nothing. It is a 46-year-old organization. This is the 46th conference where I went. So for 46 years they are doing. And the next 2 years conference, venue, website, paper submission is ready. You can submit right now, 24 hours. The people from New Zealand, they are next week in New Zealand. The same conference of New Zealand more. So they have already there at the valedictory. I was telling Kushal sir that they are there at the valedictory. They are there to invite me. They have showed everything. Pura websites are ready. How are people doing something? Theme, something, everything is ready for 2024. Can you understand? You are getting the whole idea. That is not enough. 2025 it will be in Chile. Chile ka aadmi, he was there for the conference. He gave the last plenary session, 1.5 hours talk he gave, and he invited all of us to Chile. Can you imagine the readiness of that conference? Everything, website, everything is ready. You can send your papers. They said plan your stay. They have given us how to plan the stay. So how far-reaching ideas I hope you understand. In India, do we have that type of? So that is so much seriousness is there about their research work and about their conference and about how people should come, and they have there physically to invite you. So I felt that we are not that serious. That is a different factor. It's not the intelligence or anything, but it is the seriousness.
Okay, yes. Please,
Now I would like to begin. Patil has told about, actually Dr. Patil, it's a very historic day today. I feel it's very historic because a day like this in Maharaja Sahibram University of Baroda, this started. That was called Tuesday Seminar. You call it as Friday Seminar. So I wanted to give you a background of educational research in India. So I will go through it a little fast, it's the history, but because we are also doing the history part, so that is why I told the person doing the video. Today, if I want the video of 1949, we don't have. So please take the video. You will need it later. When this becomes a huge thing, and a person from here will go somewhere else to start a Shodh Manthan. At that time, that video will be very useful. So please record it. So that's why I wanted, when Patil sir is saying it should have been recorded, because it's a historic moment. So the secondary, so we began in 1935. Secondary Teachers Training College of Baroda, 1935, before independence. Constituted the Faculty of Education and Psychology of Maharaja Sahibram University was established in 49. So university came in 49. At that time, that school, that Secondary Teachers Training College was converted into Faculty of Education and Psychology, where I did my B.Ed, M.Ed and PhD. So my department is 1949. It provided leadership to the entire field of teacher education in India. That is why I am introducing it to you. So you should know from where the teacher education started in India, particularly education research. Research and education in India began from India. It organized first All India Conference of Training Colleges in 1950. Can you believe All India Conference when there is no internet? Can you even think of how they send the brochures? Did it? So but they did it. Organized 4 more seminar workshops. In 1960s, reforms like semester system, grading, internal evaluation, credit system. 1960 introduced. Now we think that NEP is talking about, no, it's a very old thing. When we were studying, we have gone through this. So it is not a brand new thing. The workshop on now this is something you must have heard about Dr. Benjamin Bloom. You have heard about Benjamin Bloom? Yes. Those who have not heard also now come, Benjamin Bloom will come. And can you think that Benjamin Bloom came to Baroda in Gujarat to give this workshop there on cognitive domain of taxonomy and education methods? Can you think? How did they contact Benjamin Bloom? Today we have internet. In 1950s, how did they contact? So that is what was most intriguing. How did they contact him? How did he agree to come? Why will such a big person come to a small country which has just now got independence? Why will he come? So that means this department must have been very remarkable. Otherwise, a person like Benjamin Bloom will not fly down from America and come to a small town of Baroda and do that. Not that Baroda is small, but at that time nobody knows. In 1962, the department collaborated with the University of Michigan. How do they collaborate? Without internet? See, we are talking about internet. No, now where is the collaboration? Are we collaborating with Michigan? No, they collaborate. Okay. Center for, so I remember CRTSE, there is a block in my college. I remember in the department. In due recognition of its excellent work in the field of education, UGC selected the department as, that's how we got the name CASE. That's why we say we are all from CASE, Baroda. The university, the department got the name CASE because UGC gave us the name CASE because of the extraordinary work that was being done. Department, instead of Faculty of Education and Psychology, it was called CASE. In 1963. So it's very fast. 47 independence, 63 very fast. In 1970s, CASE experimented and examined micro-teaching. Now we have got micro-teaching because the Western idea. CASE brought it, examined it, worked on it and put it into teacher education in the entire country. Don't you think that's remarkable? All this is without internet, let me highlight it. Now we think that all things are possible at all India level only when there is internet. They are already done. This was
Yes, this one.
today you don't have to exercise, okay. We are talking about FIP, FDP and all that. They are already done in 1975. So being in the teacher education field, they were in the forefront of bringing innovation in the field of teacher education, which is very evident for the first time in modular approach. Now we say no modules, like modules. So modular approach was they had started and introduced in the world the exemplary module selected from India by UNESCO. So that means that module must have been really something, otherwise UNESCO has got many other choices. Modules of teaching, this we know. Models of teaching we are all using. That time it had come in 1980s, it had just introduced to the world. The need, idea, and then the strategy of implementing the idea of models of teaching was introduced by, so when we say CASE, the most important person that we remember is Professor M.B. Buch. We are all called, people who were living at that time, we were not there, they were called Bucharians. P.K. Pasi and Sansanwal and all these are of that era, you know. And later approached the NCRT and set the path. So this introduction of models of teaching into teacher education, that also comes from this. So they have done a lot of path-breaking ideas. They have done. NET exam was initiated in 1980s by the UGC. The first draft of NET in education was developed in a workshop organized by experts. Why I wanted, so whatever we are having now, it has got a origin, it has got a genesis. CASE also endeavored to establish research tradition. This is something that we are talking about. That I gave as a background. So from there, I remember our earlier principal Warner, he was from Northeast. So he used to say that when they were doing MA, they used to come to Baroda. All the way from Assam, they will come to Gujarat just to see the researches done in India. Because there is no other place where you will get PhD work. Where you can, there is no internet, there is no online. So you have to travel. They used to travel. They used to say Baroda was the mecca of research in education. Because that's where all the PhDs were done. And people, I remember when we were students, people from all over the world used to come. We had Palestinians over there, we had Nigerians over there, we had South Africans over there, we had Singaporeans over there, we had Sri Lankans, Sinhalese people were there. I remember all these people, they were particularly coming for doing PhD in education. CASE brought the first survey. This is something remarkable. Because survey means all the PhDs in one volume. How you will get all the PhDs in one volume? You cannot. So how do you get it? PhDs are done all over India. How did they manage? They managed. And they made it into one volume. That's called the first survey. And the idea that we should have that, and which Professor so very big visionaries there. And there were no facilities. internet, no money, no nothing. Only ideas. So ideas changed the world. There was no standard. Nobody knew how to make this survey. Professor Buch also didn't know, but all of them were going on. And then all over India, all the departments of education were told, send your PhDs, send your people. So you imagine the amount of work they must have done to bring all the actual PhDs, make it into one volume, make it into an abstract. Must have been. And no computer, no all that. Just imagine how they must have done in typewriter. Anybody has seen typewriter? Some of you must have seen. Okay. There was no standard, no money, no adequate facilities, no administrative staff, except for some friends that Professor Buch had in UGC, ICSSR, and some people in the Ministry of Education. No money, no support. Considering the success experience of the first survey, so you see, lack of resource, lack of money, lack of expertise didn't stop Professor Buch and his team. You see, for first survey itself must have been a brilliant task. They must have said, they should have said first one, ab nahi. They went for the second. Just imagine, great, really great. So second survey, and he brought up an organization called Shodh. Some of you, those who are from education, may have heard the journal, a very stringent journal called Perspectives of Education. Perspectives of Education is from Shodh. So you should get one paper published in Shodh. That time there was no Scopus, no UGC care and all, but you show me that you can publish one paper in Perspectives of Education, Monday. That was the level they maintained. And at that time there was no UGC care list and all that. They had that idea. So they did it. So through that. And the third survey also was done by Shodh in collaboration with NCR. Now comes the fourth survey. Fourth survey, by the time I remember when we were doing PhD, Buch sir had come, by the time he was 25, he still came in his chair and all. You can't stop these people. After retirement also they were. He persisted and he asked NCRT to do the fifth survey. Fifth survey onwards, NCRT to pick up. And when if you go anytime, you go and see educational survey in India, first, second, third, fourth, everywhere you will find Professor Buch and this team. So with a lot of thanks to those masterminds, if they had not done it, I don't think we would have met today and we would have talked about education so much because they gave that impetus. So I thought that when I start this, I will first give thanks to them, first remember them, because Buch sir is not there, but they owe our thanks because all the enthusiasm I got is because he created it. I have not seen him, I have not studied under him, but the mahal, the created atmosphere. And later on, Buch sir died, so here we are talking about the legacy that they did in 1940s and 60s. So here we begin with. Now we begin with our 11:15 I started. Now you see, look at this picture. What do you see? Please note whatever you want. Yeah, what do you see? Nothing? Photo लिया क्या है? He's taking photo. My photo. Guys, what do you see? Can't see anything. बहुत मुश्किल से बहुत ढूंढ के मैं लाई हूँ. Can't see anything. Say something. There are no wrong answers. Why are they so scared? Mountain, okay. Lenses. Why I am showing this? Anybody can tell? What's the purpose? Why am I showing? Yes.
It's a perspective. It's a perspective about maybe research you're trying.
Maybe.
It is.
Maybe.
It is a perspective on research.
And
What?
they are able to see clearly only through the lens.
Yes.
So what is the lens doing?
Gives clarity. Gives clarity.
Focus.
I am looking for one word.
Focus.
Focus. Research is all about focus. The lens is, if you look at that area without that lens, it will look like how it is seen at the back. But only through the lens you can see that. So research is nothing but focus, nothing else. When Einstein was there, when Isaac Newton Apple सबके सिर पे गिरा था ना. But why only Newton thought about it? It's a policy. That's it. Not that everybody can be isolated, but I'm just saying. So the idea came only to him. This would be the main points. What is research? Okay. Sources of research problem. Okay. Sources of research problem are everywhere. We can't do research. We don't have to worry so much. It is everywhere. Only you are not able to see. Somebody else is able to see. That's all. You see iPhone. What is the emblem? It's an apple. Cut. That's all. The person who gave it must have been given millions of dollars. दिया हुआ ये idea के लिए. You must have thought. तो मैं भी cut कर दूँ. I get it all right. It's an idea. You must have thought. मैं भी करता. Remember that. Correct, no? You see, Nike shoes, what do they write? Just do it. Although I can also say, just do it, just not on Nike shoes. But you didn't do it. Identifying the research problem. I didn't क्या कर रहे हैं? हाँ, रेरे क्या कम नहीं करता. वो अच्छा है. 2 days. This person doesn't have that lens. Lens nahi, focus is not there. So anything that looks attractive, they will have 10 girlfriends because सुंदर दिखती है वाला 10 के पास मार्क है. Selecting the research problem. This is like sari selection. नीला भी अच्छा है. नीला भी अच्छा है. And the shopkeeper is more naughty. ये भी आपके ऊपर अच्छा दिख रहा है. और आप कोई है नहीं आपका पूरा काट दिया गया. आप ले लो और ले लो. Selecting the problem. ये आपके ऊपर अच्छा दिख रहा है. वो क्रेडिट कार्ड में से कट के जा रहा है वो कितनी रंजन है. इतना क्यों लिया है? Selecting the research question. Research question नहीं. If you ask, I ask one person, what is the benefit of the research that you are doing? Madam, nowadays all are. Nowadays word cannot be used in research. There is nothing called nowadays. It's a very casual approach. You cannot have that. That will not be considered. Because I was telling Pandit also when I went to Israel, when we have like this, only this much will be there in one room for paper presentation. And all the rooms are filled with paper presentation. So you can go anywhere that you want. Not a single person is talking. Pin drop silence in any room on any day. They are all sitting with their laptops. And if I am carrying something, they are not doing it. Nobody is saying that nobody is doing it. And nobody is monitoring. So I was shocked because imagine in India 6 days conference. Why are you laughing? Is it a joke? Is it? No, 6 days conference itself is 6. 2.5 नहीं होता है? उसमें 1. 2.5 is 1 actually. 1.5 is yes. So the very fact that they are having 6 days conference itself shows that they are very serious. And that also 450 people attending the conference. I have never seen such a serious conference. I have never seen. And everybody sitting with laptop, looking there, asking you questions. And nobody, हमारे घर में तुमने कैसे किया? They want to, pull down somebody. I didn't find all that. There were people 70 plus. I was telling them while I was coming from 70 plus. They are doing plenary session. 1.5 hours they are talking about and they are doing research and presenting. 70 years. API नहीं है मैडम. हम API नो. हाँ, उसको नहीं है ना हमको 70 में. क्यों करना है पेपर? क्यों करना है research? Yeah, understood, no? MD Bush, who told him to do this? Any API? Why did they do? Isn't it? So it is only when you do that, then only somebody will present it like this somewhere. If you do it for API, nobody is going to present it because you did it for your API. Good and bad research questions. So your research, when anybody asks what you are doing, you should have a question to tell them. I am doing on this question. If you give such a long title, they will be okay. They won't understand. Okay. They must be doing something great. It is so great that nobody can understand. Then it is not great. The two small discuss with your partner. If you have a partner, if you don't fight with the partner, please discuss just 2 minutes about research. This You're not supposed to discuss about me. You're supposed to discuss about in the video you are taking the judge of my audience also. Audience, they are doing what they You are supposed to discuss about research. They are talking about research which is so interesting that they want to laugh. That is good. When it's a happy thing, it's a research. You don't have a long face. Now you can see whether whatever you have discussed, whether it matches over here. Purpose is systematic scientific process of gathering. It should be purposeful. That cannot be research. And analyzing, classifying, organizing, presenting, interpreting data for the solution of a problem, for prediction, okay, for inventions, for discrete. All the researchers may not have all this, but this is what research is. Okay? For invention, for discovery of truth, or for the expansion or verification of existing knowledge, and all for the preservation and improvement of quality of human life. This is research. So whether you do in chemistry, or you do in engineering, or you do it anywhere, it doesn't matter. This should satisfy. Whether at the end it is, you see, I am not saying, Calhoun Gonzalez has said, I like this definition very much, of all the definitions, very comprehensive, complete definition, for improvement of quality of human life. So whether you are doing it on school children, or you are doing on teachers, or you are doing on physics, or you are doing on social science, anthropology, you do anything. End result should be, it should improve human life. That's it. In one way or the other, it should improve. Research refers to a search for knowledge. Refers to a search of knowledge. It's a movement from known to unknown. Known, the searching towards the research. Research is a voyage. Voyage means journey. You are traveling. It's a traveling. You are going from Pedne to Panji. Which bus will you take? देखते हैं जो पहले आया जिसमें गया पहले आया वो कानपुर गया टिकट भी लिया कानपुर का पहुंचा कानपुर पंजी नहीं आया टिकट कानपुर का नहीं पंजी जाने का था अभी असो कानपुर का कानपुर में लाइफ किया What was your objective? You're getting? Yeah. So that's how research is done. अब क्या पहला गाड़ी आ गया खाली था मौसम मौसम भी अच्छा था, टिकट भी था, what? They're getting, that's how research is done. And then they land up in, after they reach Cancun, अरे देवा, it's a voyage of discovery. What will you discover? First of all, you will discover yourself. No. Discover yourself. The biggest philosophical question is, Pancham is not there. Who am I? That is the first question. And the biggest question of philosophy is, who am I? Not who are you. Understood? No? So, discovery of research, scientific, systematic search for pertinent information on a specific topic. Topic has to be specific. ये भी मिला रख लेंगे बाद में काम आएगा. Some people are having, when they clean the house, when you go to their house, when they clean the house, you should go to some people's house. यहाँ मेरे को एक घर में, नहीं ये मत फेंको, ये कभी काम ये ना ये भी नहीं फेंकने का, ये भी रखो, काम आएगा. So they do the same thing in the research also. They will have so much of data, अरे रखो कभी काम आएगा. That data is of no use because you don't know for what you are using that data. Then that data will be like रखो काम आएगा. And next time when again they are cleaning the house, throw it. No, रखो काम आएगा. So data is like that. Most of the people. Research, in fact, research is an art of scientific investigation. Art and science, you see. It's an art of scientific investigation. But कौन आया? That is not scientific investigation. उनके घर में 4 गाड़ी कैसे 4? कहाँ से 4? You are doing investigation, no doubt. It's a very serious investigation. But it is not for the improvement of human life. It is investigation, no doubt, and you may be doing it very scientifically also. 3 people in my, तीनों ने बोला है तो 3 का एक साथ मतलब that data is to be relied upon. So scientifically you have done, but it is not for human benefit. So it doesn't fall into the category of research. Okay. So I'm just orienting you towards research. Okay. Now you see this definition of research. Broad definition of research is given by Martin Schultz in the broadest sense. Now I want to open the idea of research beyond laboratories, beyond PhD. Just broadest sense of the word, the definition of research includes any gathering of data. So in order to do this presentation, do you think I just did this presentation just like that? What do you think I must have done to do this presentation?
Research.
I have done research, exactly. I have done research to gather information, and out of all the information, I will feel this is good. I feel this is good. And then that I have used. Am I right or not? So for this also I have done research. Gathering of data, information and facts for the advancement of knowledge. Because I want you to have some better ideas about knowledge. I got this idea, so I am transferring it to you. For your betterment I am doing. That knowledge I am transferring to you for your betterment. A problem that someone would like to research. What is a research problem? There has to be something to research. उसने उसको क्या बोला? That cannot be research, isn't it? उसको बुरा क्यों लगा? That is not a research problem. Are you getting? We spend hours. So that I don't have TV, but those who are having TV, fortunately, unfortunately, you may be seeing all those serials. Some of you may be serial serial watchers. They may be having that question in their mind. कल क्या होगा? वो उसको क्या बोलेंगे? All the time. So that doesn't come into this, but that is also kind of research problem. Anything that a person finds unsatisfactory, there has to be something that this is not okay, and I want to improve. This is not fine. I want to improve. That is one birthplace of research. Where you are not happy with something, you will give rise to. Okay? Or unsettling, something like unsettling. Or difficulty. You find maths difficult, so you will say, I will see that future generations won't find maths difficult. I will work on it. So now you will do some research, find some teaching method, learning method or something, and help them towards research. how they will end up in doing this. What your research problem should have. What is your area of interest? मुझे तो वैसे तो सब कुछ ही अच्छा लगता है. मेरा ऐसा कुछ नहीं. वेजिटेरियन नॉन वेजिटेरियन. तुमको खाने का नहीं पूछा. मेरा वैसे तो सब चलता ही है. मेरा कभी भाजी भी खा लेते हैं. कोई ऐसा नहीं है. मच्छी मिला वो भी खा. We are not asking about your food interest. What is your area of interest? ऐसा कुछ फिक्स नहीं है मैडम. मेरा ये भी मम्मी बोलती है ये करो. ये किया, पापा बोलता है वो कोई कुछ नहीं बोला, मैं ऐसे ही बैठा क्योंकि कोई कुछ बोला नहीं ना. You should be very clear about your area or areas of interest. You can have areas, no problem, but areas of interest. Where would you look for help in deciding about the specific research problem? This is what I will be working on today. Specific research problem. ये पंडित ने बोला ये करा अच्छा लगता है नहीं सब लोग आजकल वही कर रहे हैं मैं भी. Then after a few days they will be doctor. Then examiner, as she said like this. So participate with you. Then Pancham sir said this. This is good. So you don't class. This way you cannot work like this. So you could look for help. Yeah, you could ask all of them for help. But that's not the way you decide your problem. Okay. What criteria will you apply while deciding upon? Yeah, this also we will be looking at this. What will be your criteria? How will you decide? How would you narrow down your research problem? Narrow down means entire physics is there. In that I am going to work only on this. नहीं थोड़ा ग्रेविटी के ऊपर भी कर लेंगे, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी को बुरा लगेगा तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में भी कर लेंगे, मैग्नेटिज्म को कैसा लगेगा. You cannot work like that. It doesn't work. Are you getting? पेरेंट्स का भी ओपिनियन ले लेते हैं, थोड़े टीचर्स बुरा लगेगा उनका भी ले लेंगे, तो नॉन टीचिंग क्या सोचेगा उनका भी. What are you doing? Social work or you are doing research. So this type of specificity is not there in the research. Will dilute your research and your research. मैडम हमारा रिसर्च का फाइंडिंग कोई लेता ही नहीं, अच्छा है नहीं ले रहे क्योंकि तुम्हारा फाइंडिंग बहुत ही खतरनाक फाइंडिंग. How might your value judgments affect your research endeavor? You have some ideas in your head that affects your research. You are very stringent in your head, that will affect your research. That will affect your findings. So all these are there reflecting in your research. Are you getting some ideas of what I am trying to take you to a point? Are you all coming along with me? I am showing you what is the research and what are the small things that we are doing. And slowly I will take you to the different points that we are doing. These are the sources. From where do you get your research कर रहा है मैंने, सब लोग कर रहे हैं मैं भी करूँ. सब लोग कर रहे हैं, सबको कोविड है तुमको चाहिए नहीं. सब लोग बीमारी से मर रहे तुमको चाहिए नहीं. And then why you want सबका research तुमको? So personal experience, like as I told you, somebody not finding that's easy. So that's a personal experience. So you want others not to have that problem. So that could be one source that will help you to decide the research. Practical experience. Now I went somewhere, so I felt that next time if anybody goes, I will tell Pandit sir, if you are going, do like this. How I came to know? Because I went there personally. I felt that if a person doesn't know this, you will be in trouble. So next time you go, please. So from that experience, I will do some research. Alright? So that could be one area in which. Critical appraisal of literature. This is something that we don't do. तुमको कैसा लग रहा है? तुमको फिर जिन्होंने बोल दिया मैंने रिसर्च कर लिया. After you did the research or while you are doing, you came to know that somebody has already done it 5 years ago. 5 years ago they have done here. How you didn't know? Because you didn't do literature study. You didn't read what others have done. Now if I had not told you about what happened in Baroda and how M.B. Bush has done everything, you may say that अभी survey हो रहा है ना. It has happened in 1950s. You won't know because you didn't do your literature study. Because I told you, at least you know. Otherwise, if somebody will say, now because of internet, everything. Some young people, mostly, the way they interact with books, they feel that when they were born, world was born. You know, अभी सूरज बहुत पहले हुआ है. The sun is not a new thing to the world. So they feel that अभी रोड बना, अभी आया, no. Human beings were fighting even without atom bomb. We don't need atom bomb. We are ready to fight. Am I right or not? Do we need atom bomb to fight? No, we don't need internet. We even otherwise we were going from one country to another without internet also. Yes or no? Chinese people have come already over here. Indians were all over the world. Even before aeroplane and train and bus and everything, we were there. Yes or no? So, what I am saying is that therefore you have to read what has happened till now. Otherwise you may think that you are the first inventor, which will be a big disaster. Okay? Previous research in your own area. What research they have done? Existing theories. This is something, if you are doing work on gravity, you must work on all the theories that are working on gravity. That have been already done. Then only you will know what new you can do. Otherwise you will think that something new you have done. 40 years ago they have already done it. And there is already research work done on that. So what happens to you? So that most of the researchers, they do this mistake. They think that ये मैंने बहुत बड़ा काम किया, तुमसे बड़ा मेरा काम हो गया। Before going to Israel, I thought Israel में कैसा? We are Indians, no? So all of you are Indians, no? All of you are Indians. अरे देवा, 7 दिन उधर का खाना खाना है, हम क्या मालूम क्या खाना देते हैं? मैं क्या कहते हैं? So अचार लेके जाएंगे, चलो कुछ नहीं तो अचार के साथ तो खाएंगे। Crazy ideas we are doing. So we have to go there. So उधर क्या खाना खाएंगे, क्या होगा? All kinds of questions. So I said, okay, let me ask my friend internet. Internet is there, no, my friend. So the place that I went to Israel is called Haifa, H-A-I-F-A, Haifa University. You just put on magnificent university. You just put restaurants, Indian restaurants in Haifa. I thought there will be 0. I thought there were long list. मैंने बोला अरे मेरे से पहले पहुंच गए। What I thought, you understood, no? Good I did my review of literature. See? Otherwise, what I would have come and told you? I was the first Indian to put my feet in Haifa. Then I came to know that Adani has already got the Haifa 4 before me, which I don't know. I said, okay, chalo, इतना काम कर दिया, अच्छी बात. So what I am saying is, I did that search. If you want pani puri, is also available in Haifa in Israel. I said, so that means presence is there. You understand what I am saying? Dokla stuff है. Then on the internet I saw all the photos. So we have that idea, no? What we will get, what food, they will give you street food also. So that's the whole point. So existing theories. Please, if you ask any researcher, what is the theory behind? Theory ऐसा कुछ नहीं, मेरे को भी लगा, मेरा गाइड को भी लगा, हम दोनों ने मिलकर ऐसे करा। तुमको लगा नहीं? लगा मुझे। There must be a theory. This building is standing on a structure. Are you getting? We come and appreciate a curtain building. वैसे curtain सुंदर है, and all those things we say, no paint अच्छा है, and all that. But the building is not the curtain and the paint. It is the structure which you cannot see. Am I right or not? So that is the theory. Whose theory you are following? The theory ऐसा कुछ नहीं मैडम, जैसे हमको अच्छा लगा बच्चों के लिए अच्छा करेंगे. समाज सेवा नहीं है. Consumer feedback. What the teachers are saying, what the parents are saying, what the children are saying, what the parents. Performance improvement activities, social issues. आजकल NEP चल रहा है ना, वो जाएगा उसके बाद क्या करेगा? अभी आजकल NEP चल रहा है, walking और NEP चल रहा है. Brainstorming. Collect 5 of your friends and tell them what are the different things on which we can do research. Brainstorm. That's another source of doing research. Intuition. You feel within yourself. Madam, मुझे ऐसा लगा. Your लगा is changing from morning to evening. That cannot be intuition. Reading. This is one action. I will show you. You may not know what is reading. We have to open book like this. Nobody is doing reading. So we have to sit like this. We read. all the people crossing on the road because they are very busy reading. Okay? So you have to help them. They are reading because madam has said you have to read. They are reading. Okay? Academic experience. MSc, MA, MCom, or your work with a project. So that also gives you ideas about teaching. You're teaching somewhere. That also gives you an administrative post. That gives you an idea about certain things. That also can help you to search for. Now whatever we're doing, we are searching for problems to do research. So these are the sources. Exposure to field situations. You went for a conference. You went for a seminar. You went to meet a great author. You went to meet a researcher. You went to a research lab. Field experience. Consultation. Meet experts. Those who have done PhD, those who are guiding PhD, all those kinds of people can help. Those who are in research projects, in big research projects, small research projects, they can help you. So these are all the people from whom you have to take all ideas. Again, brainstorming, research findings, and again your own intuition. What you feel from inside. That should not be something. If you are not sure, don't rely on it. But if you are sure, then only you should rely on it. Steps in the formulation of a research topic. उनको steps नहीं मैडम, मुझे पहले अंदर से ही मालूम है मुझे क्या करना है. मुझे अंदर से मालूम है नहीं. There is a step. Are you getting? When you go and buy a land, or you want to buy a dress, or you want to buy a car, you will just go, हाँ अच्छा दिखता है, let you do that. Will you do that? All of you will do that? No. It's an expensive thing. So what will you do? You will do research. Where are the different places where I can find the land? Which are the different vehicles? Or which will suit my budget? How much can I extend my budget? Whether it will suit me? Mercedes Benz अच्छा दिखता है. रखेगा किधर तुम रखेगा किधर? पहले Mercedes Benz अच्छा दिखता है. रखने को घर है तुम्हारा, 2 खोली का तुम्हारा घर. Mercedes Benz रखेगा. Benz will you बड़ा तो घर से बड़ा तुम्हारा Benz. Understood? No, so it's not that you should not buy, but one has to, perspective. One has to understand. Okay, if I buy this, then accordingly the house, like that. So I'm not saying you should not buy, but the whole idea is one has to do the research. Are you with me or not? You're coming with me or you are somewhere? You're with me now? Yeah, okay. Identify broad field or subject area of interest to you. मैडम मेरे को बचपन से हिंदी पसंद नहीं. Interest किसमें है? That I asked. हिंदी पसंद नहीं. I didn't ask that. No. What is your area of interest? वैसे तो मैं सब में पास हो गया था. पास हो गया स्कूल में has nothing to do with interest. You are interested in drawing. There was no subject of drawing in your class, but you are interested in drawing. You are interested in music. There was no subject of music, but you are interested, no? The question is, what is your broad? Now, interest in music doesn't mean you are listening to All India Radio whole day. That is not interest in music. You can sing, or you can write poem, or you can give music, rhythm to some song. That is called. Black cats there. Security of highest level.
ये बोला तो नहीं ना? बोला हाँ आप मेरे साथ. खुद तो कर लिया आपने.
क्या उन्होंने वो कहाँ पे थे? Dissect the broad areas into sub areas. Dissect क्या मैडम कोई झंडा थोड़ी है dissect करके. अब है एरिया हिस्ट्री, पर हिस्ट्री मैं हिस्ट्री में कर लेता हूँ, अभी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. वैसे ज्योग्राफी मुझे पसंद ही है. You know ज्योग्राफी. साइंस में से मुझे अच्छा लगता है. साइंस अच्छा लगता है मेरे को. करता हूँ मैं साइंस में. अच्छा. साइंस का एक ऐसा एप्पल है वो कभी नहीं. You are getting what I'm saying? People are they don't go into this is a broad area. Science is a broad area. Social studies is a broad area. You cannot do research like that. Dissect the broad areas into sub areas, smaller areas. पढ़ा. Why? इनको बोलना चाहिए था ना. You understood what I'm saying? When we say take the topic of your interest, they show as if मैडम मेरे को ये लेना पड़ा मगर मेरे को वो अच्छा लगता है. You take that. You are getting? So area of interest doesn't mean that you like it. Area of interest means you are aware of it. You know about it. That is called area of interest. Raise research questions. कुछ ना कहो, that doesn't work in jump research. कुछ भी ना कहो, that doesn't work in research. You have to, तुम भी कुछ बोलो मत, मैं भी कुछ बोलूँ. You have to ask questions. Not to anybody, to yourself. No, Yes, never seen me. Have you seen me before?
I joined gymnastics for 1 month and I
One month. Now I recognize you. Side is formulate objective. Objective when you have to write the thesis, no? At that time I will write. I will ask my brother, my sister will write objective. She is good in English. Some are doing PhD का. तुम्हारा objective क्या? 1 minute. File निकालना. Why are you going to Panji? If I ask, will you remove your file? You are very clear why you are going to Panji. I am going to Panji, testing. That is also clear. That's quite. That's clear, but that is also clear. That is your objective. I am not saying that you have to go there, meet some big fellow or something out of shop. No, you are just going. But that is your objective. It is clear. Fine. But so therefore, formulate objectives and assess your objectives. क्यों जाना है बेस्ट पे Panji? When you ask questions to your objectives, no, you will find your objectives are empty. It doesn't have any meaning in that. If you say, let's say this saying, madam, I am going to Panji, and apply your just like that. If I ask the next question, why are you going to Panji just like that? What will you say? So if you are going just like that to Panji, you would have gone to Margam. So your objective is not very, you are not very sure. You are not very sure. Easily it can be changed. It can be easily changed. That is why assess your objectives. Whether it is a real objective, whether you should achieve that or you should replace. Because it will make your research go in a very weird direction. Then high, like how much? Yeah, but now it's too late. You remember earlier? After reaching Cancun, thinking about Panji, it's too late. You will have to again take a bus and go to Panji. There is no other way. Are you getting the whole picture? So that happens when your objectives are not right. Double check. Okay? When you are taking the ticket, double check. और कौन सा लिया पहले चेक करो. अरे कंडक्टर ने मेरे को यही कंडक्टर ने लिया नहीं तुमने लिया. You this people like to put the fault on somebody else. बट मैं टिकट लेने गया उसने मेरे को ये दे दिया तुम लिया. Yes. I would say this is the most important slide I have got into. Outline areas of interest. Choose a topic. Now you see, for choose a topic, what is the picture saying? Observe your environment. Whatever environment in which you are working. In the sense, topic. I'm saying suppose your education or history or English or whatever, that environment. Be curious. You may be doing it in English. You may be doing it in history, or you may be doing it in Hindi or social studies. Whatever it is. That is the environment. Observe that. Books, people, teaching, learning, or and your social. Where that topic is. People are speaking in English. So that also comes in. People are speaking English on TV, on radio, everywhere. So that also becomes a part of your environment if you are doing it in English. Children are speaking English. Children are having difficulty in English. So many things. Be curious. Why students are failing in English? Curious. Why teachers are not pronouncing English properly? Curious. Why they are going for tuition for maths, not for English. Curious. So curious. Because if you are not curious, you cannot do this. I said, not that you should have answer, but you should have a question. Research is more about question. Nobody is much interested in your answer. Research is begin with question, continue with question, end with question. Am I right or not? When I submitted my PhD to Professor Kothari at that time, I said, sir, now I feel that I can do PhD. Because I think, Professor, am I right? He said, sir, आप मुझे ऐसा लगता है आप मैं PhD कर सकता हूँ. Because you know all the mistakes that you have done. Now you feel I should have done like that, I should have done like this, I should have started that, I should have started this. All those questions, not that I have done wrong, but you feel that I could have improved a little bit more, I could have done this a little bit more. Then sir said, that means you have done PhD. If you have that thinking, if you feel, chalo, le baba. What do you do? Be curious. Ask questions. Okay? अभी क्या मैडम मेरा तो PhD पूरा हुआ नहीं. Your entire PhD begins after you finish your PhD. Why do I even have question? I should have done this. Confusion, am I right? My PhD fantastic. You can't touch my PhD. There's something is wrong. Cannot be. That's why I said this is throughout question for you. In fact, you are getting, not that your work is bad, but you are always critical about your own work. I should have done that, I should have done this better. I should have done 2 more questions. I should have taken an interview. Why did I take survey? I should have taken an interview. So these are the, it's not that you are wrong. Narrow your, for heaven's sake, narrow your topic. वो भी अच्छी ये भी अच्छी है, वो भी अच्छी है. तुमको एक से लगन करने का है. This is for you. He also my very good student now. One more year, and he comes on. Why I say narrow the topic? Because now I want to make a wedding card. Okay? नाम किसका डालना? Simply that you tell me. जी वैसे तो वो भी अच्छी, वैसे तो ये भी अच्छी. Agreed. Print नाम किसका करूँ? That is not narrow your topic. You can't go on. शादी में भी वहाँ होते थे. Now topic is there. करने का क्या? I want to do, madam. Okay. पुरातन history, ancient history. I will do. Okay. On ancient history, which king you are going to do? बाकी सभी राजा अच्छे ही तरह से. Identify your research problems. We are going to that. Identify the purpose of your study. Who is going to benefit? Talk about your interest. Read about your interest. मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है. एक भी बुक पढ़ा नहीं. मैगजीन कितना जरूरी है. India YouTube channels कौन है जगत में एक्सप्लेनेशन तुम्हारा इंटरेस्ट है कैसा हुआ फिर वो you cannot be called your area of interest. Are you getting the whole idea? मेरे को बहुत इंटरेस्ट है. You ask 2 questions, you are flat. When they come for interview, तुम्हारा काम है I like this. Okay, you know. I like this. What is your hobby? They are thinking during interview. They are thinking hobby. We had nice one doing at that time. We had interviews at that time. Talk to your colleagues. छुपा के किसी को नहीं बताओगे. Doesn't matter. You talk about your research to your colleagues. You talk about your research to the MTS. Why MTS? You don't know what they will ask. You will be like, you won't have answer. Then they will ask you a question about your research. All your 100 pages will not be able to answer that question. That's why talk about your research. किसी को पता नहीं चलेगा. तू क्या कर रहा है? Oppenheimer has already done it. You don't bother. Okay. What I'm saying is that even when they are doing, even if it is a secret, within their community they will discuss. You may be going wrong. You may be going ultra wrong. Not only wrong, ultra wrong. Become end of wrong. And you did the entire PhD wrong. And then you will end up. So better discuss. That's why I said that this forum, what you are saying, fantastic idea. Fantastic idea. Because you don't want to hear about your all the 100 mistakes that you have done in your PhD from your external examiner. You want, oh, I have gun, like a thought, they will shoot. He will say, what were you doing 4 years? You didn't ask anybody, they will say that. You want that? You don't know. So discuss. Every day you should discuss. Find out what others are doing. मेरे को क्या करना है? मेरे को दूसरे के नाक में डालना है. They will be having some skill. They will be having some technique. They will be having some resource which will help you. Like this review of it. On how to get all the information from the internet in a easy manner, fast manner. You may be sitting at Tiki, you may be doing something. There may be an app which can give you fast. It can do the review fast for you. It can give you all the citations fast. It can help you how to write all your research findings in the APA fast. How to do it? You may be sitting A, B. You may be putting alphabetic order. You are hunting and you are doing. So when you are discussing the other fellow will say, "Arey, I will show you." So that is why discuss. Research will be asking question and discuss. If you are not doing that, you are not doing research. No matter what subject you are doing. Man, it doesn't work. Are you all with me?
Yes.
Can and should the problem be researched? ये करने की जरूरत है. That is the first question. I want to know, madam, why students are coming slowly to the school? ये research का काम है. Why they are coming slowly to the school? It doesn't fit into research. Are you getting what I'm saying? So flimsy things which we can handle ourselves will not come into research. मेरा भाई ने मेरे को 4 दिन से फोन नहीं किया. That is not research. मेरी फ्रेंड को मैंने 4 बार फोन किया, उसने अभी तक मुझे जवाब नहीं दिया. These are flimsy things. You cannot do research on such small, daily kind of things. It doesn't have the sufficient potential for doing research. Are you all with me? There has to be a potential for doing research. What is that? Do you have the can you study the from Goa? Okay, Antarctica में नहीं. Are you able to reach there? You will have to be there. You will have to go there. You have to be a scientist related to Antarctica. There are many things you cannot do that research. Are you getting the whole idea? So it cannot be, madam, मेरे दिल में था मैंने क्या करा silly. Do you have time? Research. I want to see, madam, how children learn language. It will take 10 years. You want? Minimum 5 years it will take. Am I right? You have to start from 2 years of age, right up to 7-8 years. Same children you have to follow. Do you have the patience? Only Piaget had the patience. That's why Jean Piaget, those who don't know, please read Jean Piaget, Jean Piaget, Piaget. It is called Jean Piaget. Other than him, nobody else has done so much work on human development, human cognitive, physical development. Jean Piaget, everything. And how did he do? Longitudinal study. Observe children for 15 years, 16 years. Do you have the time? You understood, no? So that's how such massive projects, researchers are done like that. So if you are ready, then yes. So all the theories that we are having, they have done massive work. They have not observed 2 days, and theory will not come, isn't it? You can only do research findings. Theory, you have to spend years. So should you study the problem? Does it advance knowledge? Will it improve? Or existing knowledge is this much? Will you be able to add something to it, or you are just repeating? Are you adding something, or you are repeating? Please note all this, because when you are doing your PhD or your project work or anything, questions are the same. Whether you do dissertation, whether you do research paper, or whether you do project in B.Ed, questions are the same. It doesn't differ anywhere. It is not only for PhD, it is anywhere. Does it contribute to practice? When the results that you are bringing, will it help somebody? Will it help somebody to understand something, to do something? So that is why. So how useful is your project and how useful will be the result? अब results का तो मालूम नहीं मैडम, भगवान देगा. भगवान नहीं देगा. It is research what you are doing, but भगवान देगा. People will say, no, देखते हैं मैडम अभी क्या हो. Defining the research problem. State your research problem. You'll be going into. Are there any sub-problems? Main and under that, how well you can analyze your research problem. Later on I will show you examples that time we can. What is the background? On what background are you doing the research? Suppose I am doing it in 2023 and somebody was doing it in 1923. There should be a vast difference between that work and this work, because in the last 100 years many things, at least 100 things have been done. So that should influence my work. If my work is same like that fellow worked 100 years back, then I am not doing research. So what is your background? So your background should be different. Theoretical background, experience background, technology background, everything has changed. So that should reflect in your research work. What is good about tackling this problem? If you solve this problem, क्या हो जाएगा? How does it benefit? Ask that question. Why should we be interested in answering the research question? You are having a research question. Why should anybody think of that research question? How does it benefit human being? क्या पता? Find that. So now make it. How will you what you can say, frame? How will you frame that question? Discuss your problem again and again these points. That's why I chose these points to show you. Discuss your problem with peers. Not only one day, you bother them every day. I'm doing like this. What do you think? Is it okay? What do you think? Is it okay? Ask. So it's on internet or somebody send an email. Go on. The more you discuss, मैडम मैं सब करने के बाद सबने मेरे को बताया. तुमने पूछा ही? You never asked. Have you looked at this problem from all sides to minimize unwanted surprises? Suppose a government official will look at your research work. Suppose a finance person who is financing everything, they will look at your project. The marketing person is looking at your research. If they ask some question, are you getting? So what will they ask? What will a social activist, if you show them, what will they? Suppose you ask a newspaper reporter, what will they say? You are getting? So the different perspectives will show you whether your topic is relevant or not. Or it is only relevant to you. Think through the process. Continuously you are thinking. Are you capable of addressing the issue? It's an issue. It's a problem. It's not a fact, it's an issue. Why it is happening like that? It's a question. Can you foresee any pitfalls in the data collection? You want the data but you feel that students may not they may not give honest answer. They may not give the correct answer. They may copy. So these are pitfalls. So the data that you are getting, is it reliable? Okay. What tools are available for you to use? Okay. All tools you may not be able to make. Some tools you. What research procedure will you follow? But मैं तो उनको पूछूंगा. I have seen people. I don't know. I'm not sure whether you have seen nothing. Research means we will make a questionnaire. Why? Why do you need a questionnaire for doing research? Do you know that you can sit in the corner in a library and do research? You can sit in the corner for 4 years and come out with wonderful research which the whole world has not seen. Just by taking the books in the library, you can do research. The research is done in the last 50 years. On that you can do research. You don't have to do anything. So that is also research. You are getting what I am saying? So therefore, what is the research procedure that you will follow? You don't have to make a questionnaire and go to everybody's. Some people they say, "Madam, मैं inquire करूँगा सबको." किसको क्यों inquire करना है? What are you inquiring? I want to do research on Ganpat classical drums. I will sit in one corner. I will take all the information from the office. Sit there. Do the work. Finish. I don't need any questionnaire. No nothing. No nothing. Data I have to take from the office, from the library. That's all. Are you getting what I am saying? So I am doing max. I will take some interview of the administrative people. That's it. You are getting the idea. So my research, that is the procedure that I am doing. So it depends on what you are doing research on. You don't always need a questionnaire. Formulation of research problem. Selection of the research areas. Reviewing the literature and theories. Again and again this is coming. This becomes the neck. The whole body, the most important part is the neck. Do you know that? Neck is gone. Head is gone. So most important part is the neck. Delimiting the research topic again and again. Narrow down. Come to one girl. 3 girls you can't. Example I'm just giving you so that you can remember. Boys also. One girls. Boys also. Evaluating the research problem. Whether it is worth doing, whether it is worth doing, whether it is evaluating. Should I go ahead with it? Should I go ahead with it? Before you jump in, formulating final statement of the research problem. See the steps. See the steps. This itself takes 1 year. This should take 1 year. That's why Goa University gives 1 year to do this. 1 year. They say, suppose you are having 10 hours and you have an axe. What you use an axe to cut the tree. Suppose I say I am giving you 10 hours and there is a tree and there is an axe. 10 hours I am giving you to cut the tree. Axe I am giving you. What will you do? Sharpen the axe for 9 hours. 9 hours you sharpen the axe. In 2 minutes you can cut the tree. What we do? Think. By after 1 hour, go axe that. क्या हुआ? झाड़ is very smart. झाड़ will not. So that is what I am saying. Final research problem. आज मैडम आज मेरे मन में आया आज मौसम सुहाना है that is for song Hindi song is okay मौसम सुहाना चलो जाएंगे that is not the way you write a research problem in case when you are studying title of our study only title of the study is the discussion that's it. What should be the title? Should we write study, a study, whether it should be a case, whether it should be investigation, what word should be used? What are the words? How many words? Should Goa be there in the title? Should it not be there? Secondary school should be there, should not be there? How lengthy it should be? Whether we should write standard 8 or we should write secondary school, whether we should write 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock every Tuesday discussion. Friday, you were having. Now it is going on, but I am listening. 4 hours, 40 to 50 people will be there, all professors from education and psychology, because it was a combined faculty, our education and psychology, a combined faculty. Researchers, MA students, MPhil, contract teachers, lecture-based, everybody has to be there. Everybody has to be there. One person will be presenting anything. If you are a research, if you are a PhD person, you have to present there. लोगों को ऐसा हिलते थे because 50 people and they are not coming. हाँ क्या आज तुम्हारा? No. They are given 1 week in advance. Your topic is already put on the board. They have already taken the topic and they have already gone to the library and taken all the journals where your topic research is given. And after you do the wonderful presentation, they will say, so and so journal, this page number, research work you have not shown. Finish. Same title has been done in Thailand. So, khatam. Tumhara story idhar hi khatam. Are you getting? So people used to be scared. We used to be well prepared. And if you present your tools, तुम्हारा सर्वे का टूल वगैरह उधर दिखाया, तुम्हारा ऑपरेशन करेंगे, पूरा सर्जरी करेंगे. Each and every statement they will say this statement itself is scary. This statement is not okay. This is not a statement that can you use in attitude scale. This is not the way attitude scale is done. So you are giving attitude scale to adolescent. This is not the way. The organization of the sentence is not all right. That's the way they will finish you. So what happens when they do that? Your research work, you don't have to bother. 40 people will tell you 40 different errors. Oh yeah. Some people used to feel bad, but like that. So, and there used to be academic fights. I remember that. They will come, they will wait. It's a round oval table. So here also people are sitting, here also people, here a presentation. So you are facing each other, not like this, it's facing each other. And from here, fight will go to that side. And from there, fight. They will come with journals, adult education, they will come with adult education journal, page number so and so, you have not mentioned. And then presenter is side में इधर ही fighting. So there is be academic fights. So that's the atmosphere. So in that, fight is okay, but I am saying you should benefit from it. You should benefit from that. So that what I am saying is so much of discussion. Examples. Can you see the example? Can you see narrowing the topic? Are you able to see narrowing the topic? Yes or no? Are you ready? I am giving an example. This is the first one. Main topic, climate change. How is climate change? क्या climate change? It's a term, it's a umbrella term. What are the effects of climate change on the environment? What is now that? That's a broad question. Are you getting? It's a broad question. It is still not narrow. It is not a narrow. You cannot do research on that. Can you do research on that? No, not possible. How is climate change affecting glaciers? Can we do research on that? No, because what effect are you going to find? Not clear. That's the last one. See the last one? What is given? How is glacial melting affecting wildlife in Alaska? Now I am very clear. I have to go to Alaska. Still it is not clear. Which wildlife? Which animal? Which bird? Not clear. Still it is not clear. I want one more question to. Then only I will be able to. So I know that I have to go to Alaska. I have to see how the wildlife is. Yeah. How is glacial melting affecting wildlife in Alaska? Now look at that question and look at the second question, which is research question. What do you feel? I want to ask, I'm asking you, what is the effect of climate change on environment? How is glacial melting affecting wildlife in Alaska? Last question, isn't it? If I ask you to do research, you know now at least something. The first one, what is the effect of climate change on environment, where you will begin? Environment. Which one? Desert. Where you want me to? Kashmir, Rajasthan, Goa, ocean, land, mountain, plants, trees, animals, human being. Where? Not clear. You are getting? So this is how your research will go anywhere. Climate का ही बहुत अभी गर्मी बहुत होता है ना. That is not climate change. You understood? No? So you cannot have your own crazy ideas. So this is how you can this like this. You have to do about your research. Come down to the actual. I will show you some more topics. Now you see this. Difference among topic, problem, purpose, and question. What is it? Correct. Topic is I want to do something on distance learning. Annamalai is doing distance learning. Ignu is doing distance learning. So I want to do some research on that. Okay. What research you want to do? Lack of students in distance. Purpose of the purpose statement. Purpose of the study. To study why students do not attend distance education classes. You have those contact programs. Students are not coming. That's what they want to do. But see the research question. Does the use of website technology in the classroom deter students from enrolling in the distance? Now you see the last question. Perfectly, I know what I have to do. If I say that I want to do research in distance learning, what? What do you want to do? On the teachers you want to do, on the curriculum, on the textbook making, what do you want to do? Not clear. But if you look at the last question, very clear. Am I correct or not? That is also coming. There will be another question which will be of distance learning, but it will be different. Curriculum comes, something else. Teachers, whatever. Examination, assignment, whatever. But this is useful. So I found this as a very good example. So I thought that I will show you this example. So from these two examples, you must have come to know how you are coming to the research question. That is not the topic. Topic will be something. The research questions. Now I want you to discuss with your partner topic, broad question, more specific question, and research question about anything. 2 minutes with your partner. Catch your partner. You can have 2 partners also. Decide the thing. You can decide among yourself topic, broad question, more specific question, and research question. I have shown you 2 examples. If you want to not this, then I take it to the next. Yes, I can. Topic, broad question, more specific question, research question. Can we continue? Okay. Guide your literature for reasons why research questions are crucial. Your research should have research questions, not the title. Are you with me? If you are doing research and if you say that your title is your research, something is wrong. Your research should be identified with the questions of your research, not the title. Because title is not doing the search. Search is done by the questions. So, guide your literature search. What research you want to find? That will come from the questions that you want to find. How the glaciers are melting. So now you will see who are the people who have done research on glaciers. So I will work on who are the people who have worked on penguins, because I am working on penguins. How penguins' life has been affected by glaciers melting. So what research I will search? I will search for research done on penguins. I will work on glaciers. I will not do anything else. Why I am doing that? Because my question is saying. That is why your research. Guide your decisions about the kind of research design to employ. Now I cannot take interview of penguins. आपको कैसा लगता है? People are burning. House is burning. Have you seen? आपका घर चलते हुए. Have you seen? They हाथ खाई नहीं होंगे. It's an inhuman thing. So what I am saying is that your research will be decided. What you will use will be decided. Now, how the climate is affecting the penguins, you have to go and observe the life of penguins. Simple. You have to go to Alaska. ठंडी का then don't do the research. Alaska में तुमको मच्छी फ्राई करके कौन सी देने वाली है? तुमने गर्म पानी डालो, जो बनता है खाओ, सूप खाओ, यही मिलेगा. Alaska में बराबर अच्छा फ्राई करेगा फिर. Forget the research. This is Alaska, not Almona. So that your decision about what data to collect and from whom. Okay, penguin को आपका घर किधर है? घर में कितने लोग रहते हैं? Penguin cannot answer. You have to be there. Madam, internet पे ना penguin doesn't put the information on internet. You have to go. Where? Alaska. Why you have decided to do your research in Alaska? That's why. So you have to decide. Guide analysis of your data. You remember just now I was talking about some data ये भी है रख लेंगे, वो भी है वो भी रख लेंगे, कभी तो काम आएगा. पेंगुइन का कलर अच्छा है, शायद अच्छा ड्रेस पहना है, उसको ले. Why do you need the photo of penguin? Is it required for your PhD? नहीं, वो चलते हुए उसका वीडियो देखेगा, अच्छा है ना भाई तो दिखा रहे. भाई तो दिखाने को अच्छा, but it is not your data. Are you getting so? What we are saying, the data collection is guided by your question. Analysis of your data. Some people have so much of data, they don't use that even after their PhD because it was not required. There was no question for which they have taken that data. There are some people, they will have so much of data, ऐसे रखा है, कभी तो काम आएगा, कभी नहीं काम आएगा. Because unless there is a question, the data is of no use. Writing up of your data. Writing up of your data. How are you going to write about your data? You have collected the data collection, the kind of data that you are having. There may be different kinds. It may be photographs, it may be interviews, it may be written, all the Google forms, so many things are there. Stop from going off in unnecessary directions. Why you are going in unnecessary direction? Because you don't have a proper question. That's why you are going in unnecessary direction. This is what I want to show you. Now, two questions of same color I have put. Are you getting? Two questions of same color, two questions of same color, two questions of same color. Now, you have to discuss with your partner which is the good question and which is the bad question. Very fast. Talk with your partner. Good question, bad question. Very fast. You have to compare the two colors. Let's have colors. Okay. Two similar colors you have to compare. Like that. Yes. Who will give me answer? Yes. Who is giving answer? Yes. Say.
Okay.
First two, which is good, which is bad?
What effect does social media have on your mind? I would say that is bad.
Bad.
It's very general.
Yes. See. What effect does Twitter have that becomes more focused, isn't it? Okay. The second one, what do you mean?
First one.
The most effective strategies for, isn't it? So now on what should political parties do, vote or what they should do? Nothing. Third one. Second, what effect do different legal approaches, isn't it? So that you can do some research on that. See, now the explanation is due. Can you see? What is the first one? The first question is not specific enough. The second question is more researchable. So your question should be researchable using qualitative, quantitative data collection. Second one, it is generally not feasible for academic research to answer broad normative questions. Why people did not come for the wedding? This is not a research question, isn't it? The second question is more specific, aiming to get understanding about possible solution in order to make. So remember that we want to find a solution. You remember the first thing I told you? It should be useful for humanity. So therefore, solution is important. And the last one, the first question asks for ready-made solution and is not focused and it is not researchable. Second question, clear, comparative question. But note that it may not be practically feasible. Sometimes it may not be practical, it's a huge thing. But for a smaller research project of this, it could be narrowed down to further focus on effectiveness of drunken driving laws just in one or two countries. Entire Europe or entire India or entire Asia, you cannot do. Maybe just one taluka, one city. Like that, only research can be done. You cannot do it on the entire countries. Now you see, strong. Now I will be showing you all examples of research questions, because if you know what are the research questions, you will be able to write uncertain. You see the uncertain? What is given? How should social networking sites work on the hatred that flows through their platform? So already they have decided that there is hatred. Research question cannot have like that. You see the next one. What should social media sites like Twitter and Facebook do to address the harm they are causing? What harm they are causing, we don't know. We have to find. To address the harm. Then the finding may be there is no harm. They are not doing any harm. That also can be finding. So therefore, that is a better way of. It's an unclear question, does not specify. Social, so what is the social networking sites? Which? So on which you will do research? Not clear. But in the second one, it is clear. Two sites are given. So we will do work only on this. And again, I will say only Facebook, only Twitter, only Instagram. It should be one. And only on age group of 12 to 22. I will make like that. Then you can do research. Otherwise, harm they are causing on whom? What kind of harm? So it still is not clear. What are the effects of global warming on the environment? See, question. Anybody can write anything. You can write anything, there is no wrong in that. But what are the most important effects of glacier melting in Antarctica? Now it is very clear. Still it can be made more clearer. But still, it is, at least I know that I have to go to Antarctica and I have to work only on 10 minutes. That much is clear. But if you go and work on that, you will find that
has another situation. But for this research question, it will fit more into the time frame of a longer project.
Today, and ma'am has discussed so many things about the research, and particularly how to select a research problem and how to narrow it. Okay, and we many people we have done our research work, we know about the research, but the different perspective she opened here, she has given a different dimension for research. And yesterday I have read the status of Smita Parsekar ma'am about that brain system. Nicely written, that is by I think Pula Deshpande. brain system. In Marathi we are saying that is Majja Samstha, and in English we are saying nervous system. Okay, so two perspectives are there for brain system. In Marathi it is Majja Samstha. So the word Majja, fun, and nervous means nervous. We are looking to that particular word, we are becoming nervous. So for research also it is like that. Some are considering like it is something hectic work or a very hectic job, and some are enjoying that research and giving valuable that outputs for the society, for the nation. And ma'am has given that Majja Samstha for research, I will say, and it is not nervous system. And thank you so much for this. And I have heard your session that online, but I will say offline attending that session is more interesting rather than online, because you are having that good stimulus variation. Thank you so much.
From the Department of Kokani, Ganpat Parsikar College of Education. First of all, I would say that it's always a proud privilege to be associated with an institution who trains teachers, and for that 1 month, I would say that had a drastic change in my personality. And again, why did I shift from, why was my focus unfocused? Basically, I decided on going for a master's degree in linguistics, which is an untouched area when it comes to a region like Goa, which has a lot of opportunities and we need to focus on those. So that was my focus area, and I shifted from GBMs to Technical College Pune, and that's how I got an opportunity to be associated with Neena ma'am. And it's always a proud privilege when he says I'm a 1 month student of us. And yes, having heard here today and listening to something that's my interest area, multidisciplinary approach, which I try to inculcate as a young researcher, I would say, because my master's is in 2 subjects, linguistics and Kokani language. I will always have this intuition of doing something in linguistics to my particular region area, that is Kokani. So my MA dissertation was on multilingualism in Kokani speaking community. So that's how I could relate more to this particular session that we had today, and it was amazing to know that we are going beyond the boundaries that we have set for ourselves, and we are just crossing it with that I would say a slight smooth way of passing through that line, and that is what research focuses on. It is not just dissecting is not really meaning separating two things, but how the manner in which you separate, and that was very well dealt with by Neena ma'am. Again, big thanks to the organization, that is Ganpat Parsikar College of Education, for making sure that we as young researchers inculcate these habits of doing research and contributing to the society at large. Like ma'am rightly pointed that we should contribute something to the society, and we are glad to be associated as researchers in this particular world, and we would like to contribute to the world of linguistics, especially when it comes to me and the research areas, considering that it is now the trend of multidisciplinary research that we need to inculcate and deal with. Thank you so much.